Sup? So I'm back, and yes, it's been a while. Bit of an update. I was doing the VGC 18 series. I'm no longer going to do that anymore. Unfortunately, I've had a format happen again. Last time on my laptop. This time I've had a format happen on my actual 3DS. So I've lost my save file and I've lost all my recordings. I was debating whether to just do some new battles, but VGC 19's been released now, so I'm just going to drop it. I don't see a need. So yeah, I decided to take a bit of break. Yus hits me up, says let's do some old gens. We've tried this in the past before, it's never worked out. Thanks to Yus, we've actually pulled it through this time. So, you know, because of Yus, we can actually do old gens. We started with Gen 5, we've got a series of Gen 5 battles to come. And we started with NU. NU was one of my favourite tiers back in the day. Everything's just so cool, so bulky. Lite came out. So, my team, majority of Lite users. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lead with MrOrzKid because I forgot team preview was kind of a thing. His original lead was Regirock, but he changed it to this Electros. I'm pretty rusty because I've not played singles since 2015. I moved to VGC in 2015 and never came back. So I am a bit unaware of what happens in singles and stuff, kind of like I'm going off my old experience. And this thing comes in and I really didn't know what I was going to do. Set up a nasty plot. He goes for the volt switch and it does over half, and I'm just like, okay, you, my friend, are specs. If you're not specs, I'll eat my hat, man. Like, you have to be. I'm holding Lite and you did over half. So MrOrzKid not looking good here. I'm up +2, but Haunter comes in and I know I'm gonna get outsped. And unfortunately, the one thing I remember this team suffers is like dark types or ghost types. They have a good time with this team. They can just hit everything neutrally or super effectively. He goes for a Shadow Ball. Pillar Swine's like my best option to this because I know Icicle Spear is going to do a lot of damage, and what it doesn't finish, I know I can Ice Shard next turn. After seeing this special defense drop, I'm no longer going to set up rocks. I was going to set up rocks, but then I thought after seeing that, just in case he attacks me again, I think I can live a second one. But by the off chance he attacks me again, I just thought I'm going for the Icicle Spear. He brings in Warturtle, so just do note that Warturtle is his check to my Pillow Swine, because that does make a key play later on. I assume Water is super effective against ground, so he bring it in to not only do super effective damage, but he has rapid spin in case I set up rocks. Unfortunately, my Icicle Spear only hits twice. I kind of wish it did hit more. If it hit maybe 3, 4, 5 times, it would make a difference in play later on. But actually, it's saying that it wasn't too much of a difference. But yeah, I only managed to hit twice. I do bring in Rose Deer because I know Warturtle can't do anything to this. I do have the Natural Cure if it burned me. He goes for Toxic. I can, you know, I'm immune to that, so that doesn't matter. I go for Spikes here, knowing that he was going to switch out. He brings in this thing, I assume Sleep Powder or something. He was predicting. He goes for Body Slam. Body Slam does do a decent amount. I didn't expect it to do that amount. He gets the Paralyze on me. I go for the Sludge Bomb, trying to get a Toxic or something. I don't get it. So here I'm just thinking I don't want to take another one of those. So I bring in this thing, thinking if he wants to Paralyze me, he's welcome to. I'm just going to synchronize it back. And luckily he does get the Paralyze, which actually works out to my favor because being Paralyzed just means he can't poison or sleep me later on or something. So I'd rather be Paralyzed, if anything. It makes me more of a tank. So here's going to switch out. And I use this opportunity to set up a Calm Mind because I want to try to do some damage and stuff. I don't think he predicted this thing to have Calm Mind. I don't think he was aware this thing was going to be such a threat. He brings in Wartail. I guess this is his opportunity to get rid of my hazards. He does go for the spin. I go for the second Calm Mind, but I paralyze. So I was hoping 2 Calm Minds would be enough to start sweeping and get rid of that Haunter, because that Haunter is a problem. He does bring Miltank back in. I do go for the Psychic because this was turn like I didn't trust if, I don't know, for all I know something might come in and on-call me or trick me. So I need to start attacking. He goes for Body Slam, it's just not doing anything. I paralyze, even though I got the special defense drop, I paralyzed so I didn't get to kill him. I might have killed him, or might have left him really low. Here he's just trying to figure out what to do with me, because he has nothing for this, and I doubt he wants to hard switch into Haunter right now. So Regirock takes a +1 Psychic fairly decently, I guess. And here he resorts to VGC strats, which is basically Power Flinch. So he's gonna flinch me. There's not much I can do about that. So I'm just like, alright, so Yus is very unaware right now of what I hold in my hand in terms of moveset. So I go for the second psychic, and it does a pretty good amount of damage. One more was going to do it, but here I'm just thinking, just in case he flinches me and stuff, like my health, I'd rather keep it as high as possible. So he goes for the rock slide, unaware. I go for the moonlight, and he's just like completely unaware I even had that. So I'm just basically going to be at full again, and he's just like, oh crap. So yeah, he needs to start doing something about this soon, otherwise this thing's just going to take apart his team. I get flinched again, and I'm just like, come on man, I just need to get off one more psychic and just be done with this para flinch. So here I go for the psychic again. He goes for rock slide, gets a decent amount of damage off, gets a crit, unfortunately. So I did not expect that crit to happen. I do get the KO, but now I'm in trouble. I was hoping maybe Haunter would come in, because I'm pretty sure I can take a Shadow Ball at that health. He brings in the Specs thing, and I just thought, please don't paralyze, maybe I can heal. I took a Specs Thunderbolt pretty goddamn well. I heal up as much as I can, and I'm thinking here, knowing that I can take more, I might just try heal again. Maybe he realized he's not doing enough damage and he chooses this turn to switch out. So I went for the psychic thinking that he might switch out. I didn't actually get enough on it, and I think I'm too low of a HP to actually recover. He's going to kill me. So here I make a really good play. I go into Pillow Swine to take the Choice Specs Thunderbolt, and then I go back into Mashama to get my leftover recovery. But I knew he would bring in Wartail, because that's his check to Pillow Swine. So knowing that the Wartail was in, my double switch, I baited him and got the double switch off, and that's going to allow me to get a successful Moonlight here. He brings this thing back in, which is annoying. So here I'm thinking, will he use Thunderbolt again, knowing what I just did? He does, so predicting just a scout, literally just a scout, I go for Moonlight. I was willing to take anything he threw. If he Volt Switch, I was going to heal it. If he Flamethrower, I was going to heal it. So now I know what he's locked himself into. I'm going to go into Pillow Swine, and yeah, I'm just going to basically, I think I set up my Stealth Rock knowing that, I think because I kind of knew he wouldn't bring in Wartail for the third time, so I do go for the Stealth Rock. He brings in Miltank, and I don't know, I just didn't want to take damage just yet. So going to Mischievous, thinking he might Body Slam or something. Here, I was a bit rusty. I'm thinking this is the Gen 2 days. I know Miltank can't touch Mischievous, so I go for Shadow Ball. I actually predict him to switch out. He goes for Toxic, which is a really good play, and he missed, unfortunately. I just did not think he'll stay in, otherwise I would have taunted sooner. But anyway, I take this chance to taunt now, and now I know he is going to switch out. So he brings his Wartail in. I guess he wants to get rid of the rocks. I just go for Shadow Ball. I thought it would come in, but I just go for Shadow Ball just in case. I don't want to reveal my second move just yet. And now I reveal the Thunderbolt. And as you can see, he doesn't die. He gets paralyzed and he misses a turn. So I do feel a bit bad about that. But if my Icicle Spear hit one more time earlier instead of 2 times, if it hit 3, that thing would have died to the T-Bolt. Here brings in Haunter. I just remembered Haunter's still a problem. I bring in my Wartail because I don't see my Wartail doing anything this match. Like, I don't think he has hazards or anything. So I take a Shadow Ball. Here I go for Scald because I was hoping the second Shadow Ball would activate my Torrent ability, so my water moves will do more damage. I do get the burn, which is always nice on a Milk Tank, so I'm thinking, yeah, that's pretty good, but I know he has Heal Bell. So here I know that I can get my Mashama back in, my money in the bank. He goes for Toxic, and like I said, I'm paralyzed, so that only, you know, that's in my favor, that is. I go for the Calm Mind. He stays in, because he sees this as an opportunity to get rid of the burn, which, you know, fair enough. But I'm going to be at +1 now, and I don't want to risk another Calm Mind, because one Calm Mind was enough, so this next turn I am going to start attacking. I guess he goes for Body Slam to see if he can do some damage. I get paralyzed, so unfortunately I can't do anything. And here I'm thinking, please switch out or something. He might predict I'm getting paralyzed again, but no, he goes for Body Slam again. I go for Psychic. It does a decent amount. And then I realized around this point that I didn't have max PP on my Pokemons. This was, I think I used the wrong save file. But anyway, my Psychic only had 10 out of 10 PP. So at this point, he's trying to stall me. He goes for his first Milk Drink, knowing that he's trying to stall out my PP. And I just crit him. I feel so bad for that. He was like, you know what, I'm going to stall you, because we were talking to each other at this point. And I did mention to him that I didn't have max PV, and I'm pretty sure I only had like 2 psychics left. Luckily for me, I got the crit. And here he has no choice. He brings in a Haunter. It doesn't do enough, but I get paralyzed, so now he's like hoping, thanks to this leftovers recovery, it is actually going to save me. So the next Shadow Ball is not enough to kill me. I live on very small HP, and now he gets this defense drop, so that's just like, it's just completely mocking him. If he got that the first time, it would have gone differently. I do kill off the Haunter. I still did have some answers to things. I still had Pillow Swine. I still got my choice Scarf Pincer in the back. But anyway, unfortunately for him, he's stuck with this thing. Here I was debating, should I just take the piss and go into Pillow Swine on his Thunderbolt or whatever. He actually predicted that. I stayed in anyway, not that I'm mad, but I mean that was a good prediction. So here, I go into Water, knowing he's locked into Flamethrower. I was just gonna Toxic whatever he has, because at this point I think I knew what he had last, but I kind of forgot. So if he stays in, takes the Toxic. If he switches out, takes the Toxic. He takes the Toxic, and here I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna protect, because why not? Just to take the piss even more, because I know the next Flamethrower is gonna kill me. I actually thought I might take it better, but here, yeah, we're both gonna die. Double down. So off memory, I'm pretty sure I kind of knew he had that Sork. He had a fighting type, so I was gonna go into Mischievous, but I don't know, I think I was trying to bait him here. So what I do is I go back into my Pillow Swine, because I have like a variety of things to do in case I needed a priority or something. I think I was trying to bait the close combat. I wanted him to lock himself into close combat or something, so I could go into my Mischievous, because I had a feeling these things tend to be scarfed. So he just actually goes and locks himself into Stone Edge, because he knows I got a Mischievous and it's his best option right now. So unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. He's not going to get a crit or anything, so my Pillar Swine is going to take the battle. And yeah, that was the battle between me and you. So yeah, there's still more to come, but I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.